Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Podcast Every Day. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sarah. We are so thrilled you're joining us today for another fantastic episode.
That's right, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss any of our English learning adventures.
Absolutely. And speaking of adventures, Alex, I know we're diving into a topic that many of our listeners ask us about constantly.
Oh, you mean the holy grail of language learning? The one question everyone wants answered.
Exactly. We're talking about how to think in English and making it easy.
That's right, Sarah. It's a game changer for fluency, and we've got some fantastic strategies coming up.
So stick around, grab your favorite beverage, and let's get started.
All right, so today we're tackling the big one, how to think in English and making it easy. It's a question that comes up in almost every Q&A session we do.
It really does, Alex. And I think for a lot of learners, it feels like this mythical, impossible goal. Like, how do I just switch my brain to English?
Exactly, they're often stuck in what we call translation mode. This is our first key phrase today, translation mode. It means you're constantly translating from your native language into English in your head before you speak.
Oh, I know that feeling. It's like you have a little interpreter living inside your brain, furiously working overtime. And it slows everything down, right? You get that awkward pause before you answer.
Precisely, and that brings us to our second key phrase, cognitive load. When you're in translation mode, your cognitive load is super high. Your brain is doing double the work, trying to process two languages at once.
So, it's like trying to run a marathon while also solving a complex math problem. Exhausting. No wonder people feel drained after a long English conversation if they're stuck in that mode.
Exactly, our goal today is to help you break free from translation mode, which is our third key phrase. To break free means to escape or liberate yourself from something. We want to liberate your brain.
I love that. Liberate your brain. And when you break free from translation mode, that's when you start to experience what we call flow state. That's our fourth and final phrase for now.
Flow state in language learning is when you're speaking or listening and it feels natural, effortless. You're not thinking about grammar rules or vocabulary, the words just come.
It's like playing a musical instrument without looking at the sheet music. You just feel the rhythm. And that's what we want for everyone listening, to get into that English flow state as often as possible.
Absolutely. So today we're going to share some actionable strategies to reduce that cognitive load, help you break free from translation mode, and ultimately achieve that wonderful flow state more often. Ready to dive in, Sarah?
More than ready. Let's help our listeners start thinking in English more easily. All right, everyone, now let's hear a real conversation. Listen closely for those key phrases we just learned. Translation mode, cognitive load, break free, and flow state. Here's a chat between Michael and Nicole about their daily routines.
Hey Nicole, how was your weekend? Did you do anything fun?
Oh, hey, Michael. It was actually pretty good. Relaxing mostly. I spent a lot of time just, clearing my head.
Clearing your head, what does that mean? Were you thinking too much?
Kind of. I've been trying to practice thinking more directly in English. And sometimes it feels like my brain is just working overtime. Like I'm constantly in translation mode.
Ah, I know that feeling. It's like your brain is doing double the work. My teacher calls that cognitive load. It's exhausting.
Exactly. When I'm trying to figure out what to say, and I'm thinking in my native language first, then translating. It just takes so much mental energy. By the end of the day, I'm wiped out.
Yeah, it's hard to break free from that, isn't it? My native language is always there, wanting to jump in.
Totally, but I've been trying this new technique where I narrate my day in my head, but only in English. Like, okay, I'm making coffee now. I need to add sugar. This coffee smells good.
Oh, that's a good idea. Does it work? Do you feel less cognitive load?
Definitely, it's helping me to break free from constantly translating. And sometimes, when I'm really focused, I get into this flow state where the English just comes naturally. No effort, no translation, just English.
Wow, flow state. That sounds amazing. I usually only feel that when I'm playing video games, not when I'm speaking English.
I know, right? It's a great feeling. And the more I practice, the more often I reach it. Even for small things like planning my grocery list in English. It's all about making it a habit.
That makes sense. So you're reducing your cognitive load by not translating, and that helps you break free into that flow state. I should try that narrate your day thing.
You totally should. Start with simple tasks like brushing your teeth or getting dressed. It feels a bit silly at first, but it really helps train your brain.
Okay, I'm going to give it a shot. Anything to make English feel less like work and more like, well, flow state.
Exactly. Good luck, Michael. Let me know how it goes.
Thanks, Nicole, I will. Maybe next week I'll be in flow state all day.
All right, everyone, welcome back. That was a great conversation between Michael and Nicole. Now let's break it down and unpack some of the fantastic language they used.
I loved that, Alex. It really highlighted how our key phrases like translation mode and cognitive load play out in a real conversation. Nicole's strategy of narrating her day in English is brilliant.
Absolutely, and did you catch how naturally they used the phrases we introduced earlier? For example, Michael immediately recognized cognitive load when Nicole described her brain working overtime. That shows a good grasp of the concept.
Yes, and I noticed Nicole said, "By the end of the day, I'm wiped out." That's a fantastic, very natural B2 level idiom for being extremely tired or exhausted. Much more vivid than just saying I'm tired.
Excellent point, Sarah. Wiped out is a great one. Another phrase that stood out to me was when Michael said, "My native language is always there, wanting to jump in." Jump in here means to interrupt or intervene, which perfectly describes that intrusive feeling of translation mode.
Oh, that's so true. It's like your native language is constantly trying to sneak into the conversation. And Nicole's response, totally, is a great, informal way to express strong agreement. Very common in everyday English.
Indeed, and notice the natural phrasing when Nicole describes her technique. I've been trying this new technique where I narrate my day in my head, but only in English. The where I structure is very common for explaining how a technique or method works.
Yes, it's a very clear way to explain a process. And Michael's question, does it work? Do you feel less cognitive load? Is an excellent example of a B1, B2 learner asking for clarification and checking understanding, using the new vocabulary we just learned.
He's consolidating his understanding, which is a great learning strategy. And Nicole's reply, definitely, is another strong, natural way to agree or confirm something, much stronger than just yes.
And I loved Michael's line, "I usually only feel that when I'm playing video games, not when I'm speaking English." It's relatable and adds a touch of humor, showing a more advanced, playful use of language.
Absolutely, it's that moment of genuine connection and shared experience. And finally, Nicole's advice, start with simple tasks like brushing your teeth or getting dressed. It feels a bit silly at first, but it really helps train your brain. This is practical, actionable advice delivered very clearly.
Fantastic. So, listeners, Pay attention to these natural phrases and try to incorporate them into your own speaking. It's not just about knowing the words, but how to use them naturally in conversation. Next up, we have even more strategies to help you on your thinking in English journey. That was a fantastic analysis, Alex. Now, moving on, I think many learners believe that to truly think in English, they need to live in an English-speaking country. While that certainly helps, it's not the only way to create an immersive environment.
You've hit on a crucial point, Sarah. The concept of immersion is often misunderstood. Our first new phrase for this segment is passive immersion. This refers to surrounding yourself with English in a way that doesn't require active participation but still exposes your brain to the language.
Yes, think of it like background music for your brain. It could be listening to an English podcast while you're doing chores, having English news on in the background, or even just changing your phone's language settings to English. You're not actively studying, but your brain is still absorbing.
Exactly, this leads us to our second phrase, active immersion. This is when you deliberately engage with English content or people. For instance, watching a movie with English subtitles, participating in an English conversation club, or even trying to think through a problem solely in English.
Right, so passive is more about exposure, and active is about participation. And a common mistake I hear is learners saying, I don't have enough English speakers around me, so I can't get immersion. This is where we need to curate your English bubble. That's our third phrase.
Curate your English bubble means intentionally creating an environment rich in English, regardless of where you live. It's about being proactive. Many learners incorrectly say, I need to create an English bubble, which is okay, but curate emphasizes the thoughtful, selective process of building that environment.
Exactly. You're like a museum curator, carefully selecting what goes into your personal English space. This could mean choosing to read all your news in English, watching all your entertainment in English, or finding online communities where English is the primary language.
And when you do this consistently, you start to develop what we call a mental shortcut. This is our fourth and final phrase. A mental shortcut is a cognitive process that allows your brain to make quick decisions or judgments, often based on previous experience, without going through a full logical analysis.
So instead of translating, your brain just goes straight to the English answer or thought. It's like your brain has built a direct highway for English, bypassing all the smaller, slower roads of translation. You're creating these mental shortcuts through consistent, passive, and active immersion.
Precisely, if you only occasionally expose yourself to English, your brain won't build those shortcuts efficiently. A common incorrect usage is, I need to make a mental shortcut. While the intention is good, you don't make them directly, your brain develops or forms them through consistent practice.
That's a great distinction. So, it's about setting up your environment strategically and then letting your amazing brain do the work of creating those efficient mental shortcuts. It sounds like a powerful combination with the personal narration technique we discussed earlier.
All right, everyone, let's hear another real-world example. This time, we have Adam and Sky discussing their fitness journeys. Listen out for those new phrases we just covered.
Hey Sky, how's your new gym membership going? Are you hitting it hard?
Oh, hey, Adam, it's going. Well, it's a process. I'm trying to, embrace passive immersion in the fitness world first.
Passive immersion. What does that mean for working out? Are you just watching gym videos?
Kind of. I've been listening to fitness podcasts while I walk, following trainers on social media, and even changed my phone's language to English, so the health app is all in English. It's just background exposure to the jargon.
Ah, I see. So you're basically curating your English bubble around fitness. That's smart. I just dive straight into active immersion with heavy weights.
Haha, that's definitely active immersion. I'm getting there. But I find this passive stage helps me understand the concepts better before I jump into a new workout routine.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Sometimes I just try to lift, and I don't even know what muscle I'm supposed to be working. So you're building a mental shortcut for all the fitness terms.
Exactly. When a trainer says engage your core, I don't want to translate it in my head first. I want my brain to have that mental shortcut directly to the action.
That's actually a really good point. I usually just nod and pretend I understand. Maybe I should start curating my English bubble for fitness too.
You totally should. Start with some passive immersion. Listen to a podcast on your way to the gym. You'd be surprised how quickly your brain starts to form those mental shortcuts.
So instead of just trying to make a mental shortcut by forcing myself to remember things, my brain will just develop them naturally.
Exactly. The more exposure, the more those mental shortcuts develop. Then, when you do active immersion, like talking to a trainer, it feels so much more natural.
Wow, I've been doing it all wrong. I thought I just had to hit the gym hard. Now I realize I need to hit my brain hard with English fitness content first.
It's all about making your brain's job easier in the long run. Good luck with your fitness English bubble.
Thanks, Sky. I'll let you know if I start developing mental shortcuts for my bicep curls.
Great conversation. Now let's break it down and compare B1 and B2 level language.
Absolutely, Sarah. That conversation between Adam and Sky was a fantastic example of our new phrases in action. Let's start with Adam's opening line. How's your new gym membership going? Are you hitting it hard?
Yes, hitting it hard is a great B2 idiom for working out intensely or putting a lot of effort into something. A B1 learner might say something simpler like, "Are you exercising a lot?" which is perfectly understandable, but hitting it hard adds that natural, idiomatic flair.
Exactly, and Sky's response, it's going, well, it's a process, is a wonderful example of hedging language and a softener. A B1 speaker might just say, it's okay or it's difficult. Sky's phrasing shows a more nuanced and natural way to express that it's not perfect, but she's working on it.
I also loved Adam's line, "I just dive straight into active immersion with heavy weights." Dive straight into is a great B2 phrasal verb meaning to start doing something immediately and without hesitation. A B1 learner might say, "I just start active immersion," which is correct, but less dynamic.
And when Sky says, I don't want to translate it in my head first, I want my brain to have that mental shortcut directly to the action. Notice the use of directly to the action. A B1 speaker might struggle a bit here, perhaps saying, I want my brain to go to the action quickly. Sky's phrasing is more concise and natural.
Absolutely. And Adam's self-correction. So, instead of just trying to make a mental shortcut by forcing myself to remember things, my brain will just develop them naturally. This shows he's processing the new information and adjusting his understanding, which is a great sign of a B2 learner.
Yes, he's internalizing the concept. And his concluding line, now I realize I need to hit my brain hard with English fitness content first. Here, he's creatively reapplying the idiom hit it hard to a new context, his brain. That's a clear indicator of a more advanced, playful use of language.
Fantastic! So, listeners, as you practice, try to notice these nuances. Can you rephrase a simple idea using a more vivid idiom? Can you soften your statements with hedging language? These small changes make a big difference in sounding more natural and advanced.
All right, everyone, let's do a quick recap of everything we covered in today's episode.
We kicked things off by tackling the big question: how to think in English easy. We introduced key phrases like translation mode, cognitive load, and how to break free to achieve that amazing flow state.
That's right, our first audio conversation with Michael and Nicole really brought those concepts to life, showing how narrating your day in English can reduce cognitive load and help you break free into flow state.
Then we moved on to powerful environment strategies. We learned about passive immersion, active immersion, and the importance of learning to curate your English bubble to develop those essential mental shortcuts.
And our second conversation with Adam and Sky perfectly illustrated how you can apply these immersion techniques even to something like a fitness journey, creating those mental shortcuts for specific topics.
We also broke down some great natural phrases and idioms, like wiped out, jump in, hitting it hard, and using hedging language, showing you how to sound more natural and advanced in your everyday English.
So, whether you're trying to escape translation mode or build your English bubble, remember these strategies. They're designed to help you think more directly in English and achieve that amazing flow state more often. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode.
What a fantastic journey into thinking in English. We really hope these strategies help you on your fluency path.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Your support means the world to us.
If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button, subscribe for more English adventures, and leave us a comment with your favorite strategy or any topics you'd like us to cover.
Keep practicing, keep pushing your boundaries, and remember, every little step brings you closer to your English goals.
Until next time, happy learning.